Hey everybody, Chad from Sticks Vlog. So recently I was tagged in a my favorite three luxury backpacking items video series thing that's been going around lately. So I figured I'd take today and hopefully take a few minutes, but if you know me, it'd probably be more than a few. Anyway, just take a little time and go ahead and talk about my three favorite luxury backpacking items. So weekend before last, I was at the AT kickoff in Georgia. And that's when I realized that Viscous Landan, he had tagged me from the Viscous Landan channel. And when I got back from the kickoff, I also noticed that Smead had tagged me as well. So first off, I want to say thanks to both of those channels for tagging me. And if you haven't already checked out either one of those channels, make sure you go and check those out. Both of them's got some great content on their channels. I've really enjoyed watching their stuff. So if you haven't checked those out, I definitely suggest going and checking those out. And to make it easier, if you're not already subscribed, I will post a link below this video here that'll take you directly to their sites. So basically the way this whole tagging thing works is, you probably already know, but people come up with a topic and then they start making video and they tag three other people. So like I said, I have the three items that I've got here that I'm going to talk about. And at the end of the video series, I have three other people that I'm going to tag. So before I actually start talking about the actual items, though, I would like to say that in 2009 is when I did my first backpacking trip. And on that hike, my backpack was right at 60 pounds. And I had a great time on the trip, but my backpack was just super heavy. So since then, I've spent a lot of time, money, and effort just lightening up my backpack. I've actually done a pretty good job, I would say, at doing so. And to kind of refrain from using the pounds, how many number weight or whatever, I'd just like to say that from where I went to where I am, for a point of reference, last summer when I attempted the JMT, I left out with 6 days worth of food, a bear can, all of my water, all of my fuel, and enough gear to keep me safe and comfortable down to right about 20 degrees Fahrenheit. And all of that together, not base pack weight or anything, but total pack weight, everything that was in that backpack came to just over 26 pounds. So I'm actually very happy with where I'm at as far as the weight of my backpack is concerned. During that time, I actually got pretty low on some of my weights. And I still can, just depending on the trip, what my priorities are for the trip, and the time of the year and where I'm at. But on average, I would say that most of my total pack weights are coming in around 20 pounds for most of my typical 3 or so day trips. So I'm very happy with that weight. But to get there, I did cut out a lot of items, but I kind of got to a point to where I kind of added some stuff back in. Now, pretty much everything that's in my pack is still a necessity. But there are some versions of some of the things that's in my package we'll see in a minute that are a bit of a luxury version, and then some things are a complete luxury. So saying all that, I'm going to get started with my first favorite luxury item, and that is this. This is the NeoAir XLite. I've had this for several years, and this is the large version. Now first off, just being an air pad, it's important to have a pad whenever I go backpacking. But rather than having just a CCF pad or something, I opted to go a little more luxurious and go with an air pad. I'm a big fan of the NeoAir air pads. I love them better than any of the other air pads I've tried. But also too, not only is this an air pad, but it's also the wide version. So what that means is that it's wide enough so when I lay down, my arms actually stay on the pad. If I kind of lay on my side, like in the fetal position, my knees and my feet will stay on the pad. So it's comfortable to me. And also I will say I do have a regular size XLite. It comes in at 12.7 ounces, and then this exact pad here comes in at 15.5 ounces. So it's a 2.8 ounce weight penalty for me to carry the wide version over the regular version. But like I said earlier, my pack weights, I'm very happy with my pack weights, and there's no reason for me to save less than 3 ounces and go with a pad that I'm not near as happy with. So my first luxury backpacking item is going to be a large size NeoAir XLite, and I love this thing. The second one, I got to say, this has been a pretty popular tag. My YouTube feed has been I've noticed a lot of backpacking YouTube channels have had this my three favorite luxury items going on. So it's a pretty popular tag, and I was watching one video the other day, and I apologize, I can't remember whose video it was, but I noticed that this item here was also one of their favorites. This is the Thermarest NeoAir mini air pump or something like that. I've been using this thing for going on about 5 years now, and to be honest, this is my second one. The first one, when I bought it, it worked awesome. I was really happy with it. Then last year on my JMT hike, I started noticing that the fan was making some funny noises, and it just didn't seem to be, even with brand new batteries in it, just didn't seem to be functioning as good as it should. So when I got back from that trip, I just went ahead and chunked it, and I bought another one. Now I will say that kind of brings me to the only thing I dislike about this is the price. In my opinion, this should be 20 bucks at most, and that's shipped and everything, taxes. However, I paid like 37 bucks and change, so plus taxes, and well, it was free shipping because it come from Amazon. But 40 bucks is what I paid for this, and that's my only gripe about this thing here, because it's really just cheap plastic and a little cheap motor with a fan on it. There's nothing special about this, but the results that it gives me, it's well worth it. So I spent another 40 bucks on another one. The total weight of this with two AAA lithium batteries is 2.3 ounces, and then this is one of those items that is complete luxury. There's not really any other uses for this. I have said in the past, and other people have said it as well, that if I was doing a wood fire, I could use this to help get a wood fire going, and there's no reason I couldn't, but it's never actually happened. So really this is more of a not a multi-use, more of a single-use item, and it's not something I absolutely have to have, because I can blow this thing up. However, like I said, this is the large, and blowing this thing up is more work than I want to do at the end of a long day hiking. So if I can set this down, open it up, hook it up, let this sit for about 4 minutes, and then just top that off with a breath or two, I am more than excited about it, and that's what I'll continue to do. So my favorite luxury item number 2 is going to be this little air pump thing here. And my last luxury item is my pillow. A lot of people, especially lightweight, ultra lightweight backpackers, seem to forego a pillow in order to save weight. That's not something that I can do. I just do not get a good night's sleep if I have to try and lay my head on whatever's around me, whether it's a rock or extra clothes or whatever. It just does not work as good. So I've been using this pillow for several years now. I actually have a video, and I think I'll link that somewhere up here. And it kind of goes over all the description and specifics about this pillow. But just to kind of let you know what it is, this is the Goosefeet Gear stuff sack, pillow top, down pillow top. I can't remember. Basically, it's a stuff sack with a down pillow top on the top, and inside I have a large Exped ultralight air pad. This thing has been great. I don't put a whole lot of air. You can kind of see it's kind of squishy a little bit. I don't fill this thing completely up with air. I just put just a little bit enough to kind of give it a little height and elevation, and to kind of just make it a little bit firm. But I tell you what, guys, this thing has been awesome. I've absolutely loved this thing, and there's not a trip that I would go on without it. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not as comfortable as a pillow on my bed, but as far as backpacking out in the backwoods, backcountry, this has been the best pillow setup that I've used, and I've tried several. This has been my most favorite. I cannot remember the exact weight on this thing. I want to say it's somewhere between 3 and 3.5 ounces for everything. So it is a little heavy. Not really, but I take that back. I don't think it's heavy at all. I think it's still pretty lightweight. One feature that I really do love about this, and I'm not sure if they come this way now, but when I got Ben from Goosefeet Gear to make this for me, I asked him to put this little tab on the bottom here. That way I could connect this piece of elastic cord, and the other end is actually attached to the Exped air pillow inside. That air pillow has 2 little tabs on it. So basically it's just giving me this little loop of shock cord. So all I do is I just kind of slide this over my air pad, so when I lay on my air pad at night, the weight of my body and the pad itself will kind of hold this down, and it keeps the pillow from shooting out from underneath my head. And that has been, even on some of the pillows I found comfortable, just trying to get it to stay under my head has been probably one of the biggest issues I've had, and that's just another reason that I happen to like this particular setup, is because of this feature here. So that's my 3 favorite luxury backpacking items. And I do want to point out, if you haven't noticed, they're all related around sleeping. For me, especially the first few nights I'm on the trail, sleep is hard to come by. Not to come by, but it's hard for me to get there. Once I get to sleep, I usually sleep pretty good, but sometimes falling asleep is pretty tough. But, so for me, for having these items revolving around making a more comfortable setup for me to lay down and go to sleep in, it really does make a big difference for me. I can sleep better, which means the next day I feel better, I can hike better, and just enjoy my day more. So sleep is very important to me. I think it is to most. But having a good setup for sleep system that's a good place for me, I feel, to use my luxury items at, and I feel like it's not wasted. So anyway, those are my items. I want to go ahead and tag 3 people. So the 3 people that I want to tag, first is going to be Cesar Valdez. I've known Cesar for quite a while. We've actually had some back and forth with some YouTube videos at one point, and I've just talked with him, private message and email and stuff. Cesar's pretty cool. He's actually in Sweden, but he's got a pretty cool take on some ultra lightweight gear and stuff like that. And I'll be interested to see what his 3 favorite luxury items are. Second person is going to be Tony Hobbs. If you don't know Tony Hobbs, definitely check him out. He's from across the pond over in England. And it's funny because back when I was making more YouTube videos, me and him would kind of always take fun jabs at each other, because a lot of my stuff, I really enjoy and use a lot of Z-Packs gear, whereas he uses a lot of MLD gear. So we kind of gave each other a hard time about that. Don't have any issues with MLD gear or anything. I'm not trying to say anything bad. I'm just saying that it was a lot of fun kind of going back and forth with him. I really enjoy his videos. He's kind of like me, long-winded, and just, in my opinion, fun videos. So, Tony, I'm tagging you to see what your 3 favorite, probably MLD luxury backpacking items are. Just kidding, they don't have to be MLD, but I bet some of them are. Anyway, and for my 3rd person, it's going to be Tim Watson. I started watching some of his videos about a year ago, I guess, and I really enjoyed watching Tim's videos. He likes a lot of the same kind of gear I do. He makes a really fun, easy to watch video, and I enjoy it. So they're just fun videos. I do know he likes a lot of Mountain House. So Tim, it'll be interesting to see if you have any Mountain House as your favorite luxury backpacking items. But anyway, so Tim, I'm tagging you too. I do want to say I've kind of looked through, and I don't believe I saw any videos these 3 people have made. So if you have been tagged and are making one, I apologize. If not, hey, I'm looking forward to what you got to say. And before I close out, I do want to say too, for anybody that has not been tagged in this or just wants to, feel free to make a video. Tell us what your 3 favorite items are, and post down in the comment section. Just post a link to your video, and I'll be happy to check those out and watch them. I enjoy talking about gear. I enjoy getting involved with folks. That's the whole reason I got this YouTube channel. It's not for all the people that immediately gives me a thumbs down whenever I post a video. Sorry, but I do enjoy getting involved and getting to meet new people through this source of information, or whatever you want to call it. We can't all sit around the same campfire and pop a beer open and just chat and have fun, but this is kind of sort of like the new online way of doing it, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, like I said, if anybody wants to, just feel free to do that. Post it down in the bottom, and I'll check that out. And everybody, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.